Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is AFIFA binti AZIDI. My number matric is 277740. This slide showing process involved in construction technology. 5 process involved in construction technology. Project life cycle, activity involved during construction, key player, project planning and controlling, and a successful construction. Project life cycle. The project manager and project team have one shared goal: to carry out the work of the project for the purpose of meeting the project objective. Every project has a beginning, a middle period, during which an activity moves the project toward completion, and ending either successful or unsuccessful. The standard project typically has been following 4 major phases, each with its own agenda of tasks and issue: initiation, planning, implementation, and closure. Taken together, these phases represent the path of project take from the beginning to its end, and are generally referred to as the project life cycle. Initiation phase. During the first of this phase, the initiation phase, the project objective or need are identified. This can be a business problem or opportunity. An appropriate response to the needs are documented in a business case with recommended solution option. A feasibility study is conducted to investigate whether each option addresses the project objective, and final recommended solution is determined. Planning phase. The next phase, the planning phase, is where the project solution is further developed as much detail as possible, and the steps necessary to meet the project objective are planned. In this step, the team identifies all of the work to be done. The project tasks and resource requirements are identified, along with the strategy for producing them. This is also referred to as scope management. A project plan is carried out, outlining the activity, task, dependencies, and time frames. Implementation or execution phase. During the third phase, the implementation phase, the project plan is put into motion and the work of the project is performed. The important to maintain control and communicate as needed during implementation. Progress into continuously monitor and appropriate adjustments are made and recorded as variances from the original plan. Is any project manager spend most of the time in this step. Closing phase. During the final closure or completion phase, the emphasis is on releasing the final deliverable to the customer, handle over the project documentation to the business, terminating supplier contract, releasing project resource, and communicating the closure of the project to the all stakeholders. Activities involved during construction project. Marking and grading. Marking is one of the first construction activities which involves marking the area of the plot for reference. This helps the workers to always be able to orient themselves in terms of their workspace. Grading helps to ensure that buildings are even last long and maintain maximum support. They There may be particular circumstances when something is being constructed that will require a slight incline or decline to be base surface. Excavation. This is fairly broad term. There are several different types of construction activity in excavation. In general, the term involves moving earth or rock out a certain area to prepare for construction. Concreting. The process of pouring concrete is another major activity in construction. It is often used for the base of building, for road, bridge, pipe, and other applications. Carpentry. One of the first activities that comes to many people's mind when construction is mentioned is carpentry. This is general cutting and installation of material that will be used for the construction of a structure. Bridge masonry. Bridge have been used in construction for decades and still used often today as a highly efficient material. Bridge masons lay the bridge, ensuring that they are laid in a way that is structurally sound. Plumbing is structure that require plumbing. There are specific plumbing activities that must occur that ensure that will function properly. These include putting in piping and feature for both incoming potable water and outgoing waste. Welding, the activity of attaching two metal together using heat is welding, a crucial action in construction used to bind metal, especially for structural purpose. There are different types of welding which can be used for different types of metal and different conditions. Electrical. Individual working as an electrician on a construction project are responsible for ensuring that the structure will be ultimately have full access to electricity from the transformer provided by the electrical company, which is located close to the building. Roof laying. Roofing is an important construction activity for ensuring the protection of structure from the element and can help provide stability for the structure. There are different methods used for roofing. Glazing. This activity is basically anything to do with glass, window, and door is construction project. The term is used broadly. The refers the installation of pretty much any glass involved in the construction of a particular structure. Finishing. Finishing in construction means putting on the final touch of a structure in order to prepare it to be used. They includes but is not limited to activities like glazing, flooring, painting, wallpapering, and plastering. The key player in construction project. First, the client. The first of the construction organization is the client-based organization. The CIOB Code of Practice for Program Management in the Built Environment defines a client as the entity, individual, or organization commissioning and funding the project directly or indirectly. The contractor. Traditionally, client has been engaging contractor to carry out building project construction works. These are the people with the technical know-how to get structure of the ground. Considering the scale of the work being carried out, the contractor could be in several other categories such as main contractor and subcontractor. Supplier. The Business Dictionary defines a supplier as a party that supplies supplier's goods or service. In construction, the could include any material that go into a built structure, while service refer to all different work package agreed upon by different parties pertaining to the development of the built structure. Last but not least, consulted in construction, the advice varies from time to time depending on the stage of project. For instance, at the very beginning of project, the advice will be for design work by the architect or engineer. Advice will also be needed to define and set up the project. The client may also seek advice to prepare and produce tender documents as well as the administration of the contract and for the inspection of the works. Designing Building 2008. Project planning. In planning phase, plan is made and strategy are set taking into consideration the company policy, procedure and rules. In planning, the following steps are followed. 1. The objective of the project in definite words. 2. Goal and stage intermediate to attain the final target. 3. Forecast and means of achieving goals. 4. Organization, resource, financial, managerial, and operational to carry out activity. And 2. Determine what is feasible, what is not. 6. The consistency with company policy. 7. An alternative which is not only consistent with its goal and concept but also one that can be accomplished with the available resource. Last, decision on plan. Forward planning. Planner start from the initial event and build up the event and activity logical and sequentially until the end event is reached. What event come next? What the dependent events? What event can take place concurrently? Backward planning. The planner start with the event and arrange the event and activity until the initial event is reached. The planner asks himself if we want to achieve this, what event or activity should be taken place. Combined planning. Combined planning of both forward planning and backward planning. At any stage, the planner may need to traverse the network back and forth several times until it found the satisfactory question of the planner. Project controlling. This phase is carried during the execution of the project. The difference between the scheduled performance and actual performance are reviewed once the project starts. Project control to establish the determined deviation from the basic plan, to determine the precise effect to this deviation on the plan, and replan and reschedule to compensate for the deviations. Controlling. The following steps are followed. 1. The standard and target are established and targets are generally exposed in terms of time. 2. Performance is measured against two standards set down the first step. Last, the deviation from the standard are identified. What makes a successful construction project? When we think about a successful project, we think about a project that meets the given standard, is finished in time and within the budget. These goals are indeed needed to be reached for a project to succeed in the eyes of all stakeholders. Why do so many projects fail? Contractors often focus their attention on project start but fail to emphasize the importance of finishing. Fast forward to a 90% complete project, typically result is lower energy and strained relationship due to poor design, dispute, change, and other. Success never comes itself. It need the right condition to develop in. Firstly, it's important to get everyone involved and working toward the same goal. Hesitation and doubt should be eliminated by proving that aiming toward success is everyone's objective. Secondly, invest on project management. It's evident that the health of the project is constantly reviewed and refined to ensure that it's met the end needs and expectations.